He's scared. Where you at, Cinnamon?
There's nobody else for Canelo to fight. I feel like I'm a bigger guy, I'm a stronger guy, I have a lot of speed.
Pound for pound, I'm the best. I'm Canelo.
What's going on, you guys? So, who is Canelo Alvarez gonna fight? Eddie Reynoso just came out with a statement saying that there is no chance that Canelo Alvarez is gonna fight Alexander Usyk. After kind of giving fans an idea that they may be interested in that type of fight, Eddie Reynoso has since come out and said, no way in hell that shit's happening. Then we see guys like Jose Benavidez Sr. come out and say that there's no way in hell that Canelo Alvarez will fight this guy, he'll fight that guy. I mean, he was naming everybody. Dave Morrell, to Boo Boo Andre, to Jamal Charlo, to his own son, David Benny, right? So Jose Benavidez Sr. don't think Canelo Alvarez is going to fight anybody with a pulse. He's not even fighting Makabu now. So who is Canelo Alvarez going to fight? I mean, there's plenty of options for Canelo Alvarez in the sport of boxing. I mean, he's a guy that can go and fight whoever he wants, whenever he wants. He was the guy that fought about, 4 times during the whole pandemic, right? Nobody else in boxing is able to do things that Canelo Alvarez is able to do. So, I expect Canelo Alvarez to be able to give the people what they really want, because he's a guy that's in position to do so, right? It don't matter who Canelo, fights. It don't matter if this guy is a draw. It don't matter if he has losses or wins, it doesn't matter, right? So how about you give guys, or how about you give fans the fights that they want to see? Fights with guys like David Benavidez, Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, who is, by the way, thinking about moving up to 168. Of course, he got mandated to fight Zanabek, I believe his name is. Really tough guy. Wouldn't get no credit for him, right? Really, really tough opponent, too. Wouldn't get no credit if he fought this guy. Boo Boo Andre is thinking about moving on up to 168. Now, with that, with him being WBO champion, is he the WBO super champion? I'm not sure. But the WBO super champion is able to become the mandatory for the guy above them in that weight class. So that would be Canelo Alvarez, right?
Fuck you, man.
But now you hearing rumors that Canelo is staying at 175, but then is he going to fight Artur Beterbiev, right? Because I heard that's not even going to happen now. Is he going to fight Dimitri Bivol? All tough guys.
Fuck you, man.
The 2 toughest guys. I'm hearing that he may fight Joe Smith Jr., right? And Joe Smith Jr. is a respectable fighter, right? But is it the fight that the fans been wanting? The Beterbieves, the Beevils, the Charlos, the Andres, the Benavidez. Is it any of those guys? No. It seems like Canelo wants to fight everybody but who the fans want to see him fight. Now, Canelo Alvarez's diehard fans don't care who he fights. But I think it's going to come to a point eventually to where even his most diehard fans are going to be like, hey, man, we got to see you in there with somebody. We got to see you in there with somebody. That little run at 168, come on. What was it?
Fuck you, man.
The path of least resistance. All the killers was at 160. All the competition was at 160. Soon as David Benny made a mistake, right? Lost the belt on the scales. Then here you come, right up there. You saw an opening, boom. Right? He get all the belts. Now he want to go ahead and move up to fight a Makabu. Then there was a lot of backlash about Makabu because nobody know who Makabu was. What was the whole point of fighting Makabu? I mean, when we seen you shaking hands with Makabu, boxing fans already knew what it was. He was just happy to be here. And we already know what that means, folks. So now they scratch Makabu. Now he has a mysterious mandatory. WBC, right? We back Canelo. They do whatever they want to do. They're changing the rules. Speaking of WBC real quick while I'm on this little rant, they made the Dillian White-Tyson Fury fight an 80-20 split. I mean, Jesus, right? But Canelo Alvarez, who is he going to fight? Who is Canelo Alvarez going to fight in 2022? We let him have his little 2021 where he ran around and, he was able to fight 4 times and fight Avery Utermans and all these guys, right? These guys that from across the pond that really nobody here where he's really fights at in America, nobody here really cares about. Became undisputed, got all these belts, did all this and third. Now what you go do? Are you going to give the people what they want now? Are you going to fight Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, Dave Morrell, right? Arthur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol? Or what about Gilberto Ramirez, Zerudo? He's still around, right? Zerudo Ramirez still around doing his thing. What about him? There's a lot of guys for Canelo Alvarez to fight. Who is he go fight? Like, subscribe, hide your boy. Peace out.